Up next, we will have our table topics. And to better explain what table topics are and to lead us through that section, we have Renee. Hi. Come on up and talk to us about table topics.
Good evening, everyone, and fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. So let's begin with my favorite part of the Toastmasters meeting, which is table topics. Table topics is all about testing your impromptu skills and the ability to think on your feet. The rules are pretty simple. One of the volunteers will come on the stage and I will ask you a question and then you just have to answer it. Before we begin, I would like to ask the functionaries about the rules of the table topics, and I would like to start with the timer.
For the table topics, you get 1 to 2 minutes to speak, within which you get after that you get 30 seconds to wrap up. At the 1 minute mark, I'll show you the green card. At 1:30th mark, I'll show you the yellow card, and at the 2 minute mark, I'll show you the red card. That's it.
Grammarian, can you remind us the word of the day today?
Today's word of the day is quail. I will be holding it up, so please use it because you will not qualify if you do not use it. And to remind everyone of what this word is, as a verb, if you please use it as a verb, it means to feel or show fear or apprehension. Again, my example sentence is, Bob quailed at the thought of giving his next speech about his infatuation with stuffed animals as an adult.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Anyone? You have to come on stage. Pick a number between 1 to 6. 1, 5. Okay. What's the best advice you have ever received?
Thank you, everyone. My name is Neville. And honestly, I'm kind of quail to get this table topic, but I'm going to go through and talk about the best advice that I've ever been given. So a year ago, I actually met my mentor in Nashville, Tennessee. And we had a long discussion about our life. And I was telling him, hey, I'm in my 4th year, I'm going into my senior year. I have a couple things that I want to do in life, but I really don't know which one I should go for. And what he told me is, who are you? I said, who am I? I'm like, I'm Neville. What do you mean? Like, we're friends already. Like, why are you asking who I am? And he said, I want you to answer that because that'll tell you where you should take your career. And I thought about it and I was like, who am I? And he said that the advice I want to give you is follow your goals and you'll get to where you want to be. Don't worry about what everyone else says. Don't worry about media. Don't worry about the different things in society that drive you to a particular destination. He said create your own destination. And honestly, that was the best advice that I've been given. Because now I graduated and I have a very clear idea of what I want to do in life. So if I were to give you advice, it would be the same. Find your own destination, build your dreams, and work towards it, and make the best out of life. Thank you.
Okay, who wants to go second? Anyone? I'll just pick randomly from one of the Toastmasters. Yeah. give up for $1 million and why?
I think about how much I see with my eyes and just how important art and color and expression and body language are to me. And it gives me like anxiety where I quail at the thought of someday losing my vision. So it's probably a really broad one, but that's the first one that came up about just what would I never want to ever lose or give up. And I think about my vision and how much I use it and how much it helps me connect with people. You know, even getting to know someone and getting to read a little bit of their body language and kind of signals people throw up that I find it fascinating and helpful and beautiful at the same time that I can't imagine ever not being able to see with my eyes. And I pray that day never comes, but if it didn't, hopefully I would find a way.
Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, who wants to go next? Figure number between 1 to 6, except 1. If you could instill one piece of advice in a newborn baby's mind, what advice would you give?
One piece of advice, don't give up. It's difficult growing up. But the one advice that I would have liked to know when I was young, not as young as that baby, but when I was around like, I don't know, 10 or something, I would have loved to know that you should stop being scared of what your mind thinks all the time. You have to stop. You have to. You should not quail before your mind stops. When it grasps you in its iron fist, sometimes it's very much like a doorman, right? A doorman who does not want to let you go. So when there are a lot of thoughts, good thoughts, it's something you want to do, like you want to give a speech. This is what I've tried, so I'm gonna explain like that. If you want to give a speech, what my mind does is, okay, it'll be really good, it'll be fun, you can do it. That's the first thought that comes to mind. That's what I need. After that, what comes is, oh, but what if you trip and you stand up? What if you go there and you choke? Those are the thoughts that you don't want. So it's kind of like the doorman standing near the door, and he's like, okay, you want to do the speech? And you're like, oh yes, I can. And then suddenly, are you sure? And that's the gap that you have to fill. Before those bad thoughts come into your mind, you have to leave for the door, open it, and go through. That's the advice.
All right, so we have time for one more. So who wants to go next? What 3 words would you describe the last 3 months of your life? What? What was that? Okay, I'll say it again. What 3 words would you describe the last 3 months of your life?
So 3 words. First word that comes to mind is exhausting. This last week I was with my roommate's parents traveling around New York City, and it's the biggest city I have ever been to. We were walking all day, all night. We came back at 1:30 at night. And when we went back to sleep the next morning, I would dwell at the thought of waking up and going out in the city again. Next word that I would use to describe my life in the next 3 months is compassionate, because I've received so much understanding from my friends. I've been through a lot of things, like my father passing away last year and getting into a new relationship with my girlfriend who's not here today. She said she would. So, a lot of compassion and understanding what I was going through, friends giving me time to listen to what I was going through and taking out the time to process my feelings. The third word that I would use to describe my life in the next 3 months is to make up a word now. Is opportunities. I've received a lot of opportunities in the last 3 months to do a lot of things. My professor gave me an opportunity to publish 2 papers, which I don't like, but it is a good opportunity to get some work done and head towards the final leg of my PhD. So the 3 words that I describe my life with are compassionate, exhausting, and opportunities. Mr. Toastmaster.
I think we are done. Romarian and the timer, did all the table topic speakers were under the time and used the word of the day?
Yeah, everybody used the word of the day. I think,
Yeah, he did.
here, okay, I didn't hear it very well, but I think he used it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be writing the names of the speakers. There's a ballot box in the slip. Just write the name of the best speakers of the speakers. That I would like to hand over the control to our Toastmaster.
Thank you. Tonight, up next, we have our evaluation portion, which is quite necessary for our meetings to continue to grow and be as amazing as they are. To lead us through our evaluation portion, we have our chief evaluator, who today is also our president, Preetam. Let's welcome him up here.
Before I start, I would like to correct one thing. I was the president.
Oh, right.
Right now, Madhav is the president. So this is the evaluation section of our meeting, and evaluations is the section where we evaluate what we have done. It's very important for us to introspect and reflect on what we have done. I have found in my life that whenever I have taken out the time to sit down, take a break, and think about the actions I have done, I find better direction of where to move forward. And in most of the cases, the direction I am heading is absolutely wrong. So I need other people to tell me what I have done and what they think about it. So that is why it is important, so that it's important to me so that I can find the right direction to go to. In this feedback session, what we do is we ask our evaluators to tell what they think about what the speakers have done, give them feedback so that they can find avenues to improve and become a better speaker next time they come up on stage. First, we'll have our evaluator Ted, who will be evaluating Amber, who did his icebreaker. So Ted, can you come up and tell us what you think about Amber's speech?
purpose of the icebreaker is getting to know the speaker, which he did like excellent job. So he started about introducing his family and then to the sport that he hates to something that he really enjoyed, which leads to like life lessons eventually. And I can see that you are a good storyteller, like the way that you transition things and you even like implemented jokes in your like, you know, speech. Those are great. And I really like that, you know, like you have like great like hand gestures up there also. And then I can see that you have like a good confidence. And so I know that you asked me to look forward like to like using like eye contact and body gesture, right? So for eye contact, I was thinking, for me, like my personal experience, whenever I give a speech, I'm way too nervous. So I will always have a note card on me. Like I always hold it like that. So like it's like some confidence, you know? Like, hey, if I forget about it, I have something on my hand. So that gives me like more confidence. So maybe next time, I think you can try a note card, you know? So like you can have like a better eye contact where like you can look at everyone. So yeah, I think you did great for the first time. So I'm looking forward to your next speech, Amber.
As a general evaluator, I also have to take notes about the meeting. So while Ted was speaking, I was taking notes, and I forgot I was the general evaluator. I got to come up here. The next evaluator will be Alice, who will be evaluating Roberta for her icebreaker speech on effective coaching.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and Roberta. You clearly had fun writing the speech and giving the speech. And whenever you have fun, the audience has fun, especially when you bring us along with you the way that you did. There was singing, there was dancing. You clearly had fun doing this. And you brought it into all of the skills that you learned in your CC, the body language, vocal variety, those pauses at the end of a joke to make sure that everyone gets a chance to laugh. Lots of great skills in there. The one place where I struggled is that you are almost a little bit too good at dry humor, because the whole joke is that you've got this extended metaphor and it sounds serious, but it's really a joke. And I didn't get let in on the joke, and it might have just been me. The rest of you might have been a whole lot smarter than me. But I didn't get let in on the joke until you started singing. And I was starting to figure it out, but that's the moment when I got it. And I think that there is a challenge here in the way that you engage with the audience that would help you, or at least would help me, to make sure that everyone gets brought in on the joke, because you've got this incredible rhetorical device of an extended metaphor all the way through your speech. And I want to make sure that I get a chance to talk about that too. But the challenge is to really intentionally use eye contact and to have a smile in your eyes right after you've delivered a dry humor joke. And it gives everyone permission to laugh with you when you've got that little bit of a wink going on with somebody in the audience to make sure that they know that it's okay to laugh here. And because the Zika virus was really serious. And it did rhyme with Zeke, and so there were a few people who laughed, but then there was this feeling of, are we laughing at the Zika virus, or are we laughing at the fact that it rhymes with Zeke, or... there was that uncomfortable moment, and a little bit of smiling eye contact, I think, might have diffused some of that awkwardness. Now I want to come back to this extended metaphor, because it's something that can make any speech incredible, and it made this speech incredible. The ability to take an extended metaphor, which is you're comparing two things, not with like or as. It's not as if Zeke is a parasite. In this speech, for the sake of humor, he is. And you go through all of this, and the way that you pull all of that tension of he's this cute little baby, but also there's this weird buzzing sound that the parasite is making. Is the parasitic native tongue. All of those extended metaphors make for wonderful humor, and it makes the speech just sparkling. So well done with your speech.
Now we will have our reports from our functionaries. Can we start with our timer?
Everyone did pretty well. Everyone was within the time limits or wrapped up in the 30 seconds there. Both Roberta and Anna did well.